When the Pixel 8a was launched, we were very harsh with our comments around the phone because yes, the phone deserved it. There was not a lot of X factor in terms of the design. The bezels were chunky, battery life was terrible, and to make it worse, the phone was priced over 50,000 rupees, and in India, it didn't receive a lot of accolades. At rest assured, wasn't a good sign for Google. However, now the company has kind of made amends and now launched the 9A, which looks more refined, which looks much more better than the last iteration. However, the big headline maker is the price, under 50,000 rupees. But riding high on AI, does the Pixel 9a really make it worth your money? Should you buy this phone if you're looking for a true AI experience with the hardware to complement? Because remember, this is a Google device and Google offers you almost flagship level experience. But at this price range, can the Pixel 9a do it? Let's find out in our review. Right off the bat, the design has taken a complete overhaul because of the reason the metal strip on the rear, it's gone, right? And I like that because the 9 Pro and the 9 Pro XL flagship series, you saw the camera island having that metal strip, and with that gone, I can put the phone on the table. It lies flat and doesn't wobble, which is a good thing. But if the people are asking whatever happened to that strip, why did Google remove it? I'll tell you later in the video. Rest, the phone sits very comfortably in the hand, 6.3 inches. Yes, the back is plastic, but the sides are metal. Glass protection on the front. Overall hands feel, I think, is pretty good. So I'm not complaining about the design of the phone. It looks good despite the fact they made changes at the back. It's a compact, good phone to have in your hands. The one thing that Google has continued even in 2025 is the chunky bezels that you see on the phone. Yes, the 8A had it, the 9A also has it, and I don't know why Google is doing that. Maybe there's some kind of a strategy around it, but I personally do not like these fat bezels on my display. Not that it kills your content viewing experience. I mean, games or movies, whatever you're consuming on this phone, it'll be fine. But the problem is, if you look at the competition, they are doing away with bezels and Google is still sticking there in 2023-24. Why? Rest assured, a 6.3-inch OLED display, 120 Hz of refresh rate, overall 2700s of peak brightness that you get. The phone is comfortable to use even outdoors. I've been using it for at least a couple of weeks. I've been gaming, watching a lot of content, using it for general Instagram content. No problems at all. So it's a good display. However, for all those people who do not like bezels on their displays, stay away from this one. Rest, you do get IP68 certification, which means even if you drop the phone in the water, it won't be a problem. Gorilla Glass on the front. Overall, a robust package right here. And the button placement, yes, it's a bit irritating because having the power button on the top above the volume rocker will make you prone to a lot of these accidental touches because I kept tapping the volume button to activate the device. It's just irritating. And everything at the bottom looks pretty fine. You have the speaker grill, USB-C, also the SIM card slot. So I think it's a good placement, good setup overall. The speaker quality is decent enough. I won't say is as good as you get on the flagships, but even if you're not using the headphones, they should be fine. The one thing I did notice when I was using the phone is the plastic back. I mean, I could almost push the phone's back into the chassis and I could feel there's a certain gap behind it. Probably something that the engineering department missed out. I mean, it's just something that I noticed. Maybe you could as well when you buy the phone. But yeah, that should not happen. Moving on to the performance, it's powered by the G4 chipset, which is also powering the flagships, the 9 Pro and the 9 Pro XL. And that is a big move by Google, putting flagship level hardware in this mid-ranger. To top it off, you are getting a lot of the AI features, the advanced AI features with Gemini on the 9A. And I think that could be one of the biggest reasons for you to buy this phone. Because you talk about object erasers in your photos and also the auto summaries, the AI summaries, everything being packed into this one. Not to mention the Pixel Studio where you can create some of these animated AI images. Everything is available on the Pixel 9a, and also Gemini's assistant. You can talk to it and it will give you answers, queries to whatever you want. All of this is packed into this device, and I think that is the biggest reason to consider the 9A. Rest, you get 8 GB of RAM, 128 GB of storage. There's also a 256 GB version. So hardware wise, I think the Pixel is pretty sorted. You won't have any problem. But the best part is Android 15 and also 7 years of updates with, Google's regularity is incredible. So Google is pretty much saying that if you buy this phone, rest assured you are getting 7 years of support by Google. And for people who want to make sure that they keep this one device and not keep changing their phones again and again, the Pixel 9A is a good option. Now, the Pixel cameras are the quintessential headline makers whenever you talk about a Pixel device, and the dual camera setup on the 9A did impress me. Yes, I did not think that the low light performance was as exemplary as what you get on the flagships, but despite that, I wasn't disappointed. You're getting a 48 megapixel primary sensor complemented by a 13 megapixel ultra wide sensor on this one. So your photography needs, even if you want a variety, because a lot of people like clicking ultra wide shots, will be taken care of by the 9A. The advantage is you can always tweak your images with AI, and the number of settings and options that you get with the camera is incredible. You could be playing with the photography that you want with the Pixel 9A and you won't get tired. It's incredible. You can have fun, and the front also has the right amount of megapixels that you would need for your selfies. Because the 13 megapixel camera adds ultra wide option, so you can squeeze in more people in your selfies and you would not have a problem. Here are some of the samples that I clicked with the camera, and you'll get an idea what the camera capabilities are of this device. I was impressed, and hopefully these samples will impress you. Rest, for content creators, I think this camera setup is good enough. What I'll do, just let me show you the video samples I've taken from both the front and the back, which will give you an idea of what people can expect. So let's go. Alright, so this is the Pixel 9A rear camera. 4K 60 FPS is what we are recording. In terms of stabilization, we are moving around, and despite that, we're getting a solid frame. Mic quality also, planes passing, the ambient noise, the wind, everything, it's able to isolate, and you're getting to hear the anchor's voice. But overall, I think the quality is pretty nice, especially when you consider the dynamic range, the exposure, because this is the end of the day, the light is almost dying on us, and despite that, you are getting a clear picture here with absolute quality. So I think for content creators, people who like creating a lot of video content on their phones, the Pixel 9A camera is a good option. So this is the front camera of the Pixel 9A. 4K 30 FPS is what I'm recording. Looks pretty decent, and what I'm really impressed with is the dynamic range and the contrast that we are getting. Right now it's evening, the sun is setting, but still it's able to match and balance the colors and overall exposure as well. But the good thing is you are getting this wider perspective. This is the closed perspective, although my head is getting chopped. But if you want to add more people in your frame, you can use this perspective, this wide angle field of view as well. But mic quality, I hope you like it. It is in the sub 50k category. So overall this is giving you flagship experience. But let us know in the comment section what you feel about the camera on the 9A. So overall, it's a good camera setup, no complaints at all. Just make sure one thing, that it has its limitations, because a lot of people think of getting the flagship level camera experience in the mid-range. Won't happen. You will have certain restrictions. Low light photography might not be great. So if you want flagship level, pay for the flagship. But in the mid-range, I think this is a good option. Moving on to the battery. Now remember, when we started the video, I posted a question why Google made this change when they removed that metallic strip. That's because they wanted to increase the battery capacity. Because with the compressed camera module, they have more space for the battery, and a 5100 mAh battery has been put into this device. And the backup that I'm getting from this one is crazy. So I charged my phone 100% and I was able to use it almost for 3 days, which is excellent. And this is general use. You're using WhatsApp, Instagram, basic mails, and a couple of games here and there. And I was sorted for 3 days. Then I charged it back. And that's where the bad news kind of hit me. 23-watt charging is low in 2025 when you have devices that are much lesser price offering you almost 80 to 100-watt charging. So I think Google is missing the game over there. So if they would have given 45-watt, I would have been impressed, and no minus points here. But yeah, I'll deduct points for the slow charging. Rest, the price is really something that people should consider. Under 50,000 rupees, if you're getting this phone, I think it's a sweet deal. Because remember, let me just talk about the pros and the cons. The pros are you're getting the G4 chipset with all of the AI capabilities in here. The camera is good enough, also versatile compared to the competition, because remember, the 16E also being more expensive has only a single lens. So a dual lens gives you that advantage, and the battery life of this phone is incredible. So pros, yes. Cons, slow charging doesn't really work for me. The battery placement, nothing X factor available on the Pixel. I mean, a lot of the phones are adding an action button. Where is my action button? No extra button on the 9A, so it misses out there. And also I think the bezels, it's just disappointing to see in 2025. Despite all the cons, I will still give the Pixel 9A a solid 8.5 in our Fiiber review, and I think Google has really worked hard on this one, and people should be happy if they buy this device. That's it for this review of the Pixel 9a. Remember, you can go into the comments and let us know what you feel about this device, and remember, a comparison is coming soon between this and the 16E, so that would be interesting as well. Stay tuned for that. As for this video, hope to see you again, and yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time.